Hey everyone, Mattao here. Thank you so much for being patient with my next review. I know I said it was going to come out yesterday, but some stuff happened. MKX came out, and I tried some of that, and I'm actually going to have a review on that very soon. And I'll also have a couple other videos too. But I really wanted to make this really quick review, because while I was waiting for MKX to come out, I actually did go to the midnight release, and I had some time to kill. So I was like, I'm going to go to the movies, see what's there, maybe catch a movie, maybe do a review. So this review is going to be a bit different because I actually don't have the footage with me because it's still in theaters as far as I know, but that's okay. The movie I actually went to go see, in general, was Cinderella. Yeah, a lot of people said I should check it out and review it. I heard a lot of other things about it, so I figured, hey, I got a few hours to kill, may as well. For all of you who don't know what Cinderella is, and I know there's a few of you out there, Cinderella is a story about a young girl who, after her father and mother die, her stepmother basically makes her do all the work in the house, and it's basically slave labor, while her and her daughters go out and they do whatever, and, you know, act like royalty and stuff, and have this posh life. And, yeah, and then that happens until one day her fairy godmother comes around and grants her this wish to go to the prince's festival ball thing. It's different in some stories. And the reason why she gives her that wish is because Ella, also known as Cinderella, because she worked with cinders and is dirty instead of Cinderella. Anyways, she granted her wish because she was kind, and she was, somewhat courageous, I guess, and she just felt like she deserved it. And, yeah, that's basically the gist of the movie. Then, there's the happy ending of, oh, there's a glass slipper that fits onto her foot, and the prince is like, oh, you were the girl I saw at the ball, please marry me, and then they marry, and then, in the original story, the stepsisters, and maybe even the stepmother, were thrown out of the kingdom, and the stepsister's eyes were pecked out by Cinderella's bird friends. Yes, she has animal friends. And, yeah, but in Disney they don't do that. But it is a bit darker, this version, than the original Disney version, which I'm going to get to soon. Anyways, so that's basically the gist of Cinderella. And of course, it's technically considered a remake of the original animated film in 1950. I think it was 1950. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, yeah, so it's a remake. And is it a good remake? Yeah, it's good. I mean, I still prefer the animated version to this version, and there's a couple reasons why. Number one, excuse me, just checking the camera here. There we go. Number one, Lily James as Cinderella. I like Lily James as Cinderella. I think she's very good. I think she, comes off pretty well as that kind, caring person, but, I think she was a little too happy about certain scenes. Like, there's one scene in particular I was thinking of where she's locked up in the attic, and it supposedly goes into how, maybe I forgot this part, because it was pretty late when I saw it, but she's in the attic, and she's apparently been there for a few days, and she starts singing, and it's like, I wouldn't be singing about happier times. I'd be trying to bang on the door, maybe open a window, try to sneak out, try in vain to figure out a way out. Maybe she's just, accepted that she might die up there, so she starts singing because she's like, trying to make herself feel better. But anyways, sorry, there are a few spoilers in this I totally forgot to mention, because this is a review. But anyways, she was good. I liked, Cate Blanchett. I think that's how you say her name. Sorry, that's my ringtone. I thought Cate Blanchett as the evil stepmother, Lady Tremaine, I thought she was great. I thought okay, the animated version, of course, might be a little better, because with the way they drew her, And the way, she was voiced by Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Not Maleficent, the movie, the new one, the animated movie Maleficent, in Sleeping Beauty, not the Maleficent movie. I know that sounds confusing, but please bear with me. She had that voice, and they knew how to draw her and make her move where she was intimidating just by looking at you. Cate Blanchett, I think, is a really good live-action stepmother. I thought she's great. I thought that, and they gave her some scenes that I thought were just, I was like, dang, she is a really, really good, villain. I mean, I could get behind this villain. I also liked the king. I know that's kind of weird, but one of the favorite parts about the animated movie to me was the king and the duke. And, yeah, the duke and the king were, like, one of my favorite parts of the animated movie, because they had this nice chemistry where, like, the king was, like, the big posh king, and he's like, oh, I'm the king, and then, the duke was, like, the guy that was like, sir, we really need to think about what to do here. This is kind of a situation, and it was, like, this really cool chemistry. But in this movie, I liked the duke, and I liked the king. I liked the king probably more than the prince, honestly, but still, that's just me. I also liked how they added a few other things, like Cinderella's able to get out of the house and do a couple things, and she's, able to actually mingle with people and do chores outside of the house, where in the animated version, she was stuck in the house all the time, couldn't do anything but stay at the house, as far as we knew, and she was isolated and very, but, she was also, you kind of felt bad for her in that one. And I think that's why, I guess what I'm trying to get to is that's why I kind of like the animated one. A little more is because, like I said before, the house made her feel isolated. It made her feel lonely. It made her feel like, oh my god, this is her life. She just stays at home 24/7 doing work, and everyone else just gets to leave the house and go around and flaunt their stuff and do all these other things. But I did like, again, this movie, how they actually made her do that. I also liked, okay, this is gonna sound interesting, but I liked Helena Bonham Carter as the fairy godmother, but then again, I kind of didn't. And the reason why I didn't actually has nothing to do with her. It has to do with the character. So in the new movie, they set it up where this old lady comes to the house, and she's like, can you spare me a glass of, I think it was like milk or something, and Ella's like, oh, okay, and gives her the milk, and then, poof, she's the fairy godmother. And to me, I felt like that was kind of weak. I thought that they could have worked with it just a little more, like, maybe she comes up to the house multiple times, and Ella gives her stuff, maybe in the village, she meets her and gives her stuff, and then at that point, he's like, oh, the old lady from the beginning half of the movie, okay, whatever, here you go, poof, fairy godmother. They also could have put in where Lady Tremaine was like, hey, you can't do that. That's a beggar person. We don't give money and things to beggar people, and Ella's like, screw you, and gives it to her anyway. Or maybe she doesn't say that, but, Disneyfy it a little bit. But, yeah, overall, I think the movie's good. I mean, it's Cinderella. And it's a princess movie. And the target audience is going to be girls. Younger girls who want to be princesses. Which is fine. I totally get it. It's a Disney movie. For that crowd. And for that, I do like this movie. I think it was very good. Again, there were some things I could have fixed. That I could have changed. But at the same time, I feel like it was a very good remake. I feel like for a new generation, it works. And then they can go watch the animated movie after, and then they can decide if they like that one better or the animated one. But yeah, I would give it a honest good. Excuse me. I would give it a 3. A 3 out of 4. It's a good. It's a very good movie. It doesn't do anything groundbreaking. It doesn't do anything vastly different. Again, there were a few things I would have changed, but honestly, it's a good movie. I feel it's very good. If you haven't seen it yet, and you're interested, at least give it a try. If you like the Cinderella, go see it. I mean, that's obvious. If you like Cinderella, go see it. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I don't know what else to review about this movie because, again, it's a remake of the animated one, and I've already seen it technically. So, you know, Cinderella's a good movie. Go see it. Anyways, thank you all for joining me today for this review. I am Mattao, aka Soulblade2200. I will see you guys next time.